Hey everybody, this is Aylad, and we are back very temporarily on the Starmada server. Today is both my 150 subscriber special and a farewell to the place where basically I got started in StarMade YouTubing. So the sad announcement, if you watch other Starmada members, you're probably already aware of this. Uh, we are closing down the Starmada server. There's not enough activity to justify keeping it in operation. That's what it boils down to. And that's sad, but as you probably are aware, it's just the way that it tends to go with multiplayer online servers. Like they cost money to operate and nobody's using them. There's a logical conclusion to draw. Um, I'm really sad about it. I fully understand it. I support it, but well, I kind of am partly responsible for the existence of Starmada, right? Now, that's not saying that I did that much. Digimazter did all the work and has invested a tremendous amount of resources into it. Um, but I kind of helped conceive the idea to begin with, and to see it closed down now is something that, yeah, it's like seeing a long beloved project just kind of fade away. So anyway, as my farewell, I was going to tour the server and see all the stuff that I've built. Already, I'm running into issues with that because I have a base right here. um, this salvage ship and and this really crappy fighter are both supposed to be docked to the sort of, it looks like a space station, but it was really just a base that I built up off the planet's surface here. Now, the planet's surface itself has not been reverted. You see the snow caps on the mountains. That means that whatever changes I made to the planet plate are still in place. That's not natural for this kind of planet. However, all this shebang is gone. I'm not sure why. This moon is supposed to be rotating or revolving around the planet, and it's not. Really wanted to do more with this. Of course, issues with planets being horribly buggy kind of got in the way of me ever actually finishing my plans. I moved on and left this place behind because, I mean, I'm getting a 5 to 10 frames per second right now, right? Like, you don't blame me for not wanting to record here any longer. So after I got started here, I moved on to, um, can I find it? I moved on to build probably my best and most complete project on the server, which was the Borough. Alright, so here we are at the Borough, courtesy of being able to scan and select it directly. I'm totally, by the way, totally admin warping. um, is this whole thing gonna load in? I think it might actually. Yeah, this is my proudest accomplishment here. Um, this is something I've been really, really happy with from the get-go. Like whoa, the very first thing I did on the Borough was the big sign. Gives it its name, and man, I have been in love with this thing ever since. I'm gonna brag on this, guys. You're gonna have to live with it. Um, I wish that the core of the station had been done quite a bit differently, actually. I'll kind of get there as I work my way up to it. The public docks, I really like that sign. It's curved. It's not easy to do. I know other people have done it, and some, probably several, have done it better than me. But I like it anyway. So the sign, there's a diplomatic chambers over here where you can have like various meetings and negotiations and whatnot. Pretty cool. Let's see, we've got, this is just kind of a little hub that, where you kind of go off in different directions. Had a couple extra things planned for that I never got around to. These big things are shield generators. I'm going to have to get the clock running so you can see them animate. Let's see, a little tiny shipyard over here. Big enough for an Izanth, but not much bigger. Little forklift, since the clock's not running, it's not running. Let's see, that's just part of the forklift setup. It's just a little decorative animation kind of thing. This is a warp gate. Don't know if it's currently actually set up properly. I feel like, oh, it says it's ready. I feel like the destination got reverted at some point, so that kind of fell apart. Yeah, and then there's a cryo chamber right there, the white part. Yeah. So let me, oh, and my last attempt at a freighter, which failed miserably. Not my last attempt, but a recent attempt. Anyway, so, yeah, let's just hop in this way. In this build block down here. So this was intended to be kind of a welcome station, community hub kind of deal. I never got super far into it. I mean, there's a lot built. I spent a lot of time on it, but it's a tiny fraction of what I wanted here. I don't know if I ever could have actually finished it anyway, but the big thing I hated was the central core here, this hub area. I really wanted, I don't know, I wanted more here, but because of the way I designed this huge window, basically you end up with this huge open cavern. Really sucks. Got an elevator in the back that works between the two levels of the core, and with admin permission, or not with admin permission, but faction permission, you can actually get up here to what would have been the command center. Now, I've got a few little controls here and there. I don't even know what this does anymore. Okay, that's defense. Seal the diplomacy chamber. This is the shipyard computer. At one point, I had the ability to actually close a blast door over this to seal it up so a ship couldn't actually pass through. That change got reverted at some point when the server messed up. So, yeah, it's not there anymore. I hate these corridors. Like, this one's not even finished, so okay, but if I drop down here to one that is actually finished, there are things that I like about it. There are things that I despise. One of the things I despise is the size of it. It's just so ridiculously out of scale to everything. I did a really poor job of that. Here's the, oh, yeah, I forgot about this. There's a little restaurant, bar, lounge area. I'd completely forgotten about this, actually. I remember working on it now, but kitchen back here. Alright, I did some decent work on this. Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah, let me go check out the diplomatic facility. Yeah. Not too bad, huh? Hope. See up here, what do we have? We've got seal the door, close the viewing window. Yeah, like that. That's not too bad. Close gallery doors at the far end of the chamber. Yeah, so there's an audience section, and I can seal them out so they can't actually get in here and interact. Then on the podium floor, I can reset the votes. All right, I had a voting system. I'd forgotten about that. So, like, yeah. So he votes yay, and he votes yay, and whoever has the floor can reset them. Oh yeah, and the cryo chamber. I knew there was something else I wanted to show. Never fully connected it on both ends, but here you are. Undetonators in each chamber. That's why this is even here. So it's like your clone is waking up out of sleep if you get killed. This is probably still where my spawn is set. I can't remember. Yep. So, best accomplishment, best build. Yep. Alright, and here we are at the Red Panda Habitat. This was going to be my new home base. Like the, oh my gosh, let me get rid of that. Alright, the Borough was never going to be my home base, although it kind of served as one for a long time. That was not the long-term plan. No, sir. What I wanted was a nice, big, complete shipyard, factory, etc., etc. And this was going to serve that purpose. Yeah, so I came up with these docking pylons. They're probably my favorite aesthetic feature. I'd planned more and better aesthetic features, but here we are. You can see that the station really is just a shell of what it's meant to be. But yeah, these kind of come out to kind of this interesting little point. I love the angles on these braces. Totally going to do this again at some point, hopefully with a better kind of tunnel to it. There were power, data connections, plumbing, you know, the whole shebang. Anything that would need to connect to the actual station. Wow, that glow is really distracting, isn't it? Down here, there was nice little parking for my little, what you call them, my space tugs, which is going to be replaced with 3.0 just as soon as I get the time to design it. Each one of these little parking bays was also a shipyard. I could produce them right here, undock them using the shipyard computer. It'd automatically lock in on this shebang and slide into place for boarding, which is pretty convenient. Let's see, I've got some very simple salvagers. Tried making a fleet out of them, didn't work all that great. I don't know how fleets work currently. I don't know whether fleets work currently. Alright, this was a huge disappointment. This is actually the last full video I produced here on the server. I was trying to make it so that the ship I've been piloting around, which is a modular ship core, would be automatically loaded up with all these other modules, which currently I have this one. Let's see, I think I had another. Yeah, there we go. There's another module over there, but like I was going to be able to dump it in storage, you know, detach it from the core, store it, hide it, and then with the press of a couple of buttons in a control center, you know, bring the ship that I was piloting out, bring this out, attach it to it, and fly it off and do whatever, right? This is a salvager module. The one out here is basically just an autocannon. Got to turn it into a part of a defense fleet. It never worked out. The game currently is too glitchy. Entities moving entities is a nightmare. It's a recipe for absolute disaster and heartache. So that never worked out. Got all these little floor markings put in. Yep, aesthetic. The big shipyard that we're in currently is run from this over here. Yep. Kind of like these stations here. I might have to copy that again at some point. And probably the only other thing that I really care to show off currently. Oh, and by the way, my modular ship. Love the idea. Still very proud of it. Throwing it out. I'm going to totally rework it from the ground up. It's done. I don't like some things about the design, and the things that I don't like about it just kind of break it. So, ooh, forgot about this. Admin into it, build mode it, up out of it. A little bit of a cargo ship. Ignore this big lump on the back. That's stupid looking cargo container. This is a modular cargo container that I've since redesigned and replaced. I don't have the new design ready to actually show off yet. Biggest thing I like about this, other than the overall shape of it and the angled docking, oh, and the engines. Kind of like the engines a little bit. The other thing I like about it mostly is the cockpit. Here's the pilot view. Not a lot to it really, because it's a freighter, right? It's not supposed to be like the Hilton or whatever. There we go. But you come down here, and there's this nice little space down here. Yeah. Captain's quarters. Necessaries. You can shutter, unshutter the windows. Yeah. I don't know. The exterior, I guess, of the cockpit is what I'm most proud of, but I kind of like the functionality of the interior. I'll never do it again. I've got better ideas now, but whatever. That's how it goes in a game like Starmada, right? Like you do something, you're really proud of it, but you're like, okay, next time I'm gonna do this. Whoa, 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 whoa. So much better. Okay, there we go. But yeah, the outside, really like the outside. Might copy that again at some point. It's the overall look of it. Pretty proud of that. Yeah. Okay, so then there's one other. Where is the William Blake? There we go. Actually, pop out. Power my way into the William Blake. Biggest ship, best ship I ever designed. Never doing it again. Don't like it. Love it, but there's still a number of things I hate about it. These are just point defense turrets. Anti-missile systems. Big old gun. I can't quite one-shot pirate stations, but I practically can. And that sucker's precise enough that basically I can take out the faction block in a pirate station with almost no collateral damage. Pretty proud of that. Couple of airlocks. Airlock design needs work, but I don't completely hate it. The exposed batteries might come back to at some point. Might not. I'm not sure how I feel about them currently. The engines, I've kind of updated my aesthetics on those a little bit, but I don't hate them. Secret to them is red force field in front of, oh, I didn't actually realize there was a gap here, in front of ice crystals. So you get this kind of two-tone glow. And then behind the metal grill, I really like that. Like, I really feel like it's got a nice little multi-layered aspect to it. Yeah. Panda faces are pretty cool. I'll keep those. A lot of the details to this build I hate. Some of the details I really, really like. These stupid things here, mostly power and shield. I don't ever want to do that again. It came out looking really stupid. Missile silos. Yep. Tops of the missile silos. Yeah. This is a hatch that was gonna hide a panda scooter, basically my personal space bike. These are hatches for whatever kind of cargo pods, whatever else that might want to pack into it. They can easily dock a 9x9x9 cube, which is why all my modular stuff is going 9x9x9. It's a coincidence that the lens cap standard is 9x9 by I think 17, which is practically double like two of my modules. I didn't like look up his size and then come up with the 9x9 dimensions, but I'm really pleased that it ended up working out that way because basically I'm going to start designing ships that can handle both standards, and I think there's a lot of potential there. Transporter room. This is the main airlock entryway, which is why it's got an anti-personnel turret right here, just in case. It's got quarters. There we go. Oh, let's see, lights. Lights. Those are the lights. Good. Don't know why there's some lag. Various systems. Other quarters. Yep. Necessaries again. Yep. Weapons control down here. Yep. And with this, I took out one of each type of pirate station on the server, and I was pretty pleased. Am pretty pleased with the ability that this ship has to do that without too much fuss and bother. I did originally have much bigger weapons. Actually, I think probably I still have the cannons in place. Let me test that theory and see. Here's the damage beam that I used to actually take out faction blocks. And yeah, I do actually have the nice big powerful cannons still loaded. Go over here. Actually, let me just blow up one of my own little raggedy looking Izants. Not much point to keeping them around anyway. Wow, and this thing is about as maneuverable as one of those stick shops. Or I understand that putting it up against an Izant doesn't prove anything. But I like it. Yeah, pretty good size, pretty big. Absolutely shreds stations. So anyhow, that's pretty much what I accomplished. Pretty much what I accomplished on the server, and the server's going away. Who really knows what's going to happen? I don't know what's going to happen. Nobody knows what's going to happen, right? See that? What's wrong with this display? It's the back of the camera on the pilot's chair. What the crap? Huh. I think we're receiving a transmission.